Alright, so right now I'm gonna talk about the arachnid dialect. Excuse me, I'm drinking a soda. Anyway, the arachnid dialect, this is a term I made up, is the spirit of a spider. Now, when you dream and you dream of eight appendage entities, such as the octopus or the spider, it represents an inescapable problem. And in such a matter, this world is a garden of desires, and these desires come with consequences and prices that we have to pay. This is what Christ calls bearing the cross. All right. So these young ladies, you know what I'm saying, they get drafted by the inner circle of certain fellowships and connections, and they have a mileage also, and this deals with the harvest and bringing forth birth. But there is a season on earth in which individuals act as locusts, okay, in the outer realm, and they just go into a fucking frenzy, you know. And this is locust behavior when locusts are in a swarm, you know. Um, Even if a locust is going too slow in that swarm, another locust will start to cannibalize the back end of another locust, in order to get around that locust. Um, the eating of the wheat is the eloping of the people, coming under dense promiscuity. You understand what I'm saying? So the arachnid and the garden of desires is that, let's say a young lady get drafted, okay, then she comes into connections with meeting an individual's friends, and these friends have connections and they all do things, and these things that are done in secret. Therefore, there has to be certain things that must be done to keep those secrets between that individual who got drafted. And these things are as rituals to kill the character. Killing the character come with disassociation. And if should that individual that got drafted decide to leave who she's become endeared with, then she faces a world alone where consequently even her family is estranged from her because it pertains to a path. It's like she has been sold off, and now she engages in this world and she has to restart that same process of trying to find someone to elope with, or get pregnant, which means a lot of entrepreneur is involved, to keep that individual that was drafted both quiet and within the confines of not being able to get practical day-to-day work due to drug tests. And as with the narcissist syndrome, that individual that got drafted ends up depending on who they depend on for everything, which is the same dynamic as a pimp, except for many others. They just draft and they don't crowdsource their funds. Okay. And all these things become on the market for trade and business. And it's the woman in red. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is the arachnid, because should they try to leave, they're engaging in a world full of variables, um, depending on how they left that last party. And they don't know all the individuals and circles and circumstances that could affect their life upon leaving that individual. But it is a question of freedom, and there is a spirit of a spider, that which pertains to some type of mind control in the Navy. you know what I'm saying, that deals with the lady in red, that gets passed around. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth of the fact, man, of what goes on in society. Um, that's what it looks like to me, at least. So this is the arachnid dialect, you know, an inescapable problem or linked to anything with 8 appendages, such as Hydra, you know what I'm saying, and the octopus and what have you. Um, these are the controls of society, which are networks of people that work together, which creates what we would call the beast, because, you know, the economics of this world would not survive without um, the black market. That's just facts. Anyone who doesn't believe that is naive, you know. But the truth is the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Like, um, you know, this is a machination or a realm in which supports that is based upon survival and Darwinism. You know, these are antiquated situations, and I do believe we live in a caste system in which a technological cube that we exist in has a system or basis where it rates citizens and civilians in society, which base their opportunities. And I think that there is a prejudice between this system and different ethnicities, so on and so forth, provided opportunities and circumstances that occur or one has access to in competition with the rest of the ethnicities and tribes in Earth. That's what I think. You know, I think, yeah, this is arachnid dialect, man. And, individuals are harvested and drafted. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I have no say. I was born in the 80s. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not here to redirect traffic. I'm just letting any young brother know that if he in a situation like me, you know what I'm saying? You like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It was bubbling during high school, but now all of a sudden, like, everybody's distant. Like, even my friends, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hardly have fun anymore. Just like in review and speculation of your life, you know, these are the unseen systems that are in place. Okay, that puts you in the same harvest situation as the young ladies that get drafted. All right, which makes this place the Garden of Desires, and you know that children are the focus. You know, most things that are marketed are directed towards children between the ages of 8 and 24. After you turn 24, most things are not for you pertaining to commercials. It starts dealing with retirement, getting dentures, and things like these USA late night commercials that you used to think were ridiculous. You know, need a lawyer, blue screen, that type of shit. So peace and blessings be with you all. This is the Arachnid Dialect. I'm out.